It's already that time again, guys. The Sephora Fall Savings Event is upon us. It is set to launch October 31st and it will continue on through November 10th. It's always odd to think of it as the fall event because I feel like we're starting to get into the holidays here. They've already dropped so many of their holiday sets. We've been covering so many beauty advent calendars. I feel like it might even be a little later in the fall than some do their fall events. So I always kind of forget about it, but it is indeed here and you don't want to miss out on the deals and the savings. So we are going to talk about all of that today. I like to kind of give you guys a sales guide for Sephora because I am a Sephora girl. But I definitely want to give you a twist on it, which is going to be a cruelty-free Sephora guide. I am cruelty-free on my channel, and so I really want to talk about what's in my cart or wish list this round, what's new at Sephora, what are a lot of the sets and deals and things like that looking like, how the sale works, but really look at it through the lens of cruelty-free beauty. So if that is something that interests you, stick around and we're going to dive right on into it. So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, I'm Cher, and we do cover a lot of different beauty curations here, lots of beauty boxes that I do on my channel, and I've been covering a ton of different beauty advent calendars this year. I did do the Sephora advent calendar. I have also picked up a lot of the sets, holiday sets. So we'll talk about that a little bit, but I am a Sephora girl, and shopping the Sephora sale is one of my favorites. And this is a favorite because of the fact that it's a certain discount across the board. So it's not like the other sales out there in beauty where it's only certain things that are on sale. At Sephora, it's everything's on sale. So you get to really choose your customized list of things you love. So for example, you know, the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, I love that one too because it's more discounted. You know, that one's like half off, 50% off everything each day, but it's only the things they put on the sale. So they select certain beauty items and it tends to be a lot of your classics and things like that. Whereas at Sephora, it's just depending on what category you're in, you're going to just shop what you want. And that includes latest release makeup and beauty as well. And that is what I love the Sephora sale for, is to be able to get everything that's been on my wish list that's new, that's dropping, that I haven't gotten to try yet. And now I can go pick it up with a discount. So it's definitely a favorite in that regard. Is it the biggest savings of all? Definitely not. Now it's going to depend on what category you're in. The Rouge is the highest discount category. That is 20% off. And of course, we will be going first. We get to start, I think, a few days early usually, and I can't remember. So October 31st is probably for us Rouge members. Then you have the VIB category. When you spend, you know, a certain amount, you hit VIB status, and VIB gets 15% off. And then you have Insiders, and that will be a 10% off discount. You don't really have to do a lot to become an insider, by the way, and you automatically get 10%. Really, you just have to open a Sephora account. Like not a credit card, but like just have an account, you know, get an email and sign up for Sephora. So really easy. So you can automatically get 10% off no matter what. Now, if you shop the actual Sephora collection, which is the Sephora brand as a whole, that's usually discounted 30% off their items. And that usually happens on the first day of the sale too. And that's where you, of course, have your highest discount. Now, I will not be covering the Sephora collection in this discussion because Sephora as a whole, like their brand, is not cruelty-free. So I'm only going to be talking cruelty-free picks here. What I want to do is kind of share like the brands at Sephora that are cruelty-free, what's in my cart and what I think is really worth looking at. And I tend to especially use this sale for like the latest things that have dropped. So I'm just going to be kind of perusing a lot of that kind of stuff. But let's first and foremost talk about the holiday sets out there, because I do feel like this sale falling where it's at, even though it's a fall savings event, everybody's thinking about the holidays. So you can really use this sale for your gift guide. your holiday gift guide basically. And there's a lot of the holiday sets that I think work really well as great gifts to give the beauty lovers out there. So of course, automatically you have the advent calendar, which could make a pretty good gift. I mean, it is not terribly expensive as far as beauty advent calendars go. Do you get like a huge amount of value for the price? Not really. I've been covering a lot of them, so I can tell you that it's not, but it is great as far as the mix of products in it. It was fantastic, like a lot of makeup and great items in there. You just had a lot of mini sizes. I do have an entire video out there unboxing that one. I also have one that has just the spoilers on it, so you can check that out if you want more details on the advent calendar. Then we have all of their holiday sets. So I do have a whole nother video on that one too. I did a full unboxing of 3 out of the 9 holiday sets that had newly dropped, and then there's been a few since then too, I believe, or a new like perfume samplers and things like that. So you can check that video out too, because I unboxed some, and then I think I talked about some of the other sets that were there. So I don't want to rehash too much on the holiday sets since we've already discussed this when they first dropped and were first out there. I think the sets themselves, you know, it's a lot of small sizes though, so you're going to get samples in most of these bags, but you'll usually get like 2 or 3 full-size products that make it almost worth the amount of the whole bag. It just depends on if you like the mix of things in there. I will give you some tips on the fragrance sample ones. If you're interested in picking up fragrance, like a sampler bag for someone as a gift, the way that some of those work is that you're going to get a bag of samples. And I have a video out here, for example, where I did one and I shared my review on it and was like, is it worth it to do these samplers? Because a lot of people have said they're scams. So I was like, I want to go through the process and see what it's like and kind of share my thoughts and review on it. And they all kind of tend to work this way, where you will get a bag of fragrance. The samples themselves are not worth the bag. Like the retail value would not even be worth anything, worth what the cost of the bag was, all right? But what you do is you get a redeemable voucher a lot of times. So you want to look for that in the description, make sure it's one of those with a redeemable voucher, and you take that into store or online, and you will be able to submit that for a full-size bottle. So you'll sample everything and you'll decide which one was your favorite in that sampler, and then you get that in a full size. What you want to look for with doing that is you want to make sure that your fragrance that you're picking is in the size that makes it worth the set. So you want to read the fine lines on the bag for what the redeemable voucher is going to be. They will tell you the sizes on the back. So you want to double check the fragrance that you're interested in, look up the retail value of that in that particular size, and decide. So for example, if the bag itself costs $99, but the fragrance you're going to get in a full size is only like worth $85, it probably wasn't worth picking up this bag then, because the samplers are not, they're just samples. You can get free samples anywhere, you know, but where it's worth it is are you going to get a deal on that full size bottle of perfume? So you wanted to at least pay for your bag of perfume, or be worth a little bit more than what you cost on that perfume. I hope that makes sense. Now, I guess if you're somebody who you just love fragrance, but you don't get into the Sephora or other stores very often where you're able to smell a lot of these, and you want to be able to just order it so you're able to smell it all and try it, have a little sample of everything, and you know, you like that, then I think that's good. I don't think you're losing money. It's just not a great deal or something, unless you're finding that your full-size item really is worth more than, you know, the bag. So that's my tips on like whenever you pick up a fragrance one, in some of the Sephora sets. And by holiday sets, by the way, what I mean by that is the Sephora Faves holiday sets. Sephora does a whole bunch of curated bags like this where they put together a lot of their favorites and some of the most popular items and popular things sold at Sephora, and they will put together a little curation of these things that are like the Sephora faves. So they have tons of these Sephora sets. They do them at different seasons. So you'll see them come out, like there will be more sun care themed ones in the summer. And then, you know, you have all these holiday ones now. So at different times of the year, they'll have a set of different Sephora faves sets. There's just so many of them right now, being that it's the holidays. So lots of them to look at. By the way, I will try to put as many of these things down in my caption as I can if you want to find links and things that we specifically talk about. So in addition to the holiday faves sets or Sephora faves sets, they'll do value sets too, or just, you know, one brand only sets. And this is always a great way to get good gift ideas. I tend to pick up a lot of these as gifts. Before I had amassed so much beauty from doing what I do on my channel, I would get like skincare that was high end and normally very expensive to buy a bunch of, but I could buy like the deluxe sizes, some mini ones that were all curated and put together to make a nice skincare routine. And I'd use that to buy like my mother-in-law, or my mom, like people like that. So it's a great gift idea. So there are a lot of those out there too. You have Sol de Janeiro, who's got Spritz the Season, Charosa Perfume Mist Gift. You've got Summer Fridays, it has their Lip Butter Balm Minis. Glow Recipe has the Mini Glass Balm Lip Collection gift set. I just got this glass balm in the Allure Best of Beauty box, and I am obsessed. So that would be awesome. And it's only $25 also for a whole set of them. Tower 28 has the mini little softies lip softy lip treatment set also for $20. Say however you pronounce them, they've got the mini dew blush trio gift set, which is always a popular one, and I've gotten this one before and it always sells out, but it's back. You've got Tarte that has the juicy lip vault. I did pick this one up too. I will put a little clip in here so you can see all of the swatches on it too and get a feel for what that one looks like. We've got a Kosas Mini Blushes Life Trio gift set. Touchland has a hand sanitizer trio set. And Say, or Sai, however you say that, they have another one. It's the Best of Sai Mini Vanity Case Vault. So it's some of these blushes, but it's other things as well, like some blush. Is that mascara in it? And then it comes with that gorgeous bag too. $155, but like you're getting a lot of their makeup in there. So that's another one to check out. So always the sets is something I really go for on these sales. I've also talked to you guys about Merit's holiday gift sets as well. We've gone over those. I have a whole video out there where I kind of went through more luxury holiday collections that have dropped too. So the ones that sell at Sephora, that one still counts. So you could watch that whole video too. Just all on like the holiday stuff. So some of those were Charlotte Tilbury. She has a whole bunch of stuff for the holidays, all of her gift sets. Some of her things are at Sephora and some are not. You have Westman Atelier. Now they are only available online at Sephora, not in store at my Sephora at least. They have their little blush trio set out there, but I don't think all of the holiday collection was there. Chantecaille either is not at Sephora. I covered in that video. And then there's of course the Hourglass palettes and their holiday line too. So yeah, those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head that are more along luxury, in the luxury cruelty-free brands. Tatcha has a new Dewy Skin Plump Lips set, and they have the Tatcha Mini Favorite set. That's the one I've shopped for years for gift guides. And if you've been around my channel, you'll know Tatcha is my absolute favorite. So I'm going to mention Tatcha. They also have the Pure Pores Plump Lips set as well. The Dewy and Bright Trio. Like there's several different cute gift bags you can get. There's also the Gimme a Kissu set. So they've got lots of different great samplers out here. More like value sets at Sephora. Some of these are new and just dropped. I also noticed that their advent calendar dropped at Sephora, and For a little while there, it was only available at Tatcha and at Ulta, but Sephora does now have their advent calendar too. So that's exciting. I have the full unboxing of that one as well out there if you want to check it out. So definitely, you'll know I'm obsessed with Tatcha. All of my cats are coming and going, by the way. This one's Tigger, so if you're new here, you will see cats all the time in my videos. They're kind of like the focus these days, the stars of the show. Now, speaking of advent calendars, there are other advents at Sephora as well. I'll mention the Glow Recipe has a advent calendar, and that's available through Sephora also. So you guys, this is a great time. If you've had your eye on some of these advent calendars that Sephora does actually carry, now's the time to get it when you can get it on sale. So these are some of my tips and some of my favorite things to pick up on the Sephora sale are these big sets, because you're getting big discounts across the board. And I was mentioning Charlotte Tilbury earlier too. Her advent calendar is also available at Sephora now as well. I didn't see it before, but it's there too. So that's great if you're interested in it. Voluspa advent calendar. This is the candles. I had still had my eye on this one. I still haven't picked it up yet. So yes, several other advent calendars. There's more than that, but I'm not going to cover the ones that are not cruelty-free. So just keep that in mind. Also, make sure that you know there is a difference between the Sephora 25 Days of Beauty Must-Haves Advent Calendar. That's the one that I opened, versus the Sephora Collection Advent Calendar. So they have another Advent Calendar too, but again, I don't cover the Sephora Collection with it not being cruelty-free, but that's all things that are just the Sephora brand, and that's their Advent Calendar version of that. And I think they have two of those. Like there's the regular Advent, and then they have their premium Advent as well. That's like a little more expensive at like $95. But again, I'm not covering not cruelty-free, so I won't get into that too much. I just wanted you to be aware there is a difference in case you're new to all of this. All right, let me run through. I just have pulled up the brands page. I'm going to run through the brands really quick for you that I know for sure are cruelty-free. There may be some I don't mention here, and it may just be because I'm not familiar with that brand, so I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to mention all of the brands that I know of that I shop the most frequently and recommend that I know are cruelty-free at Sephora. Don't come at me if I miss your brand that you love. It might just be these are the ones that I tend to shop. All right, ABH, so Anastasia Beverly Hills, Bare Minerals, Beauty of Josayan, Beauty Blender, Bondi Boost, that's hair, Briogeo by Rosie Jane, a lot of fragrance and all, Caloray, Charlotte Tilbury, Clean Reserve, one of my favorites, I love them, fragrance brand, Color Wow, Commodity, fragrance also, Danessa Myricks Beauty, Dead Cool, fragrance also, Dermalogica, Dr. Barbara Sturm, luxury, incredible brand, and I'm so thrilled to say cruelty-free. Dr. Dennis Gross, Drunk Elephant, Dry Bar, Edam. I just discovered this brand. They've sent me some PR and I was just blown away. I'm so excited about this one. So I do have a few things I tried, like their Choo Choo lips. Oh my gosh, y'all. It's so good. It smelled and tasted just like chocolate, but it's like a really great formula too on the lips. So definitely check that one out if you haven't heard of them. Ellis Brooklyn, probably my favorite fragrance brand. Pharmacy, Fenty Beauty, First Aid Beauty, Gisou, I never say them right. Gisou, yeah, Gisou, I think it is. Glossier, Glow Recipe, Grand Cosmetics, Give by Gwen Stefani, House Labs, Lady Gaga's brand, Herbivore, Hourglass, one of the luxury brands, one of the few that are cruelty-free and luxury, Huda Beauty, Hung Van Gogh Beauty. This one is new. This is Selena Gomez's makeup artist, and he just came out with like a full makeup line. So I've been dying to try it. That might be in my wish list. Iconic London, Ilia, The Inky List, In Beauty Project, Innisfree, It Cosmetics, K18, Kaja, Kate Somerville, Kylie, Caress, Kosas, KVD Beauty, Laura Geller, Lawless, LYS Beauty, Maison Louis Marie, that's fragrance. I don't find a lot of things from them that I love, but I do love that they're cruelty-free. Makeup by Mario, Manicurist. They're showing new, like they're just carrying it. And I just featured Manicurist. This is a nail brand in my Detox Market box and got to try like a whole range. And I don't usually do a lot of manicures at home because I'm not very good at them, but this one actually made it easy and was amazing. It is a cruelty-free clean brand, so definitely recommend them. Merit, Milk Makeup, Moroccan Oil, Natasha Denona, Nest, New York, very glad about that. One of the few fragrance brands. Nude Sticks, Ole Henriksen, Olaplex, One Size, Patrick Starr's, The Ordinary, Orbe, Way, Patrick Ta, Refi, or Refi, I think it is, right? I always see it, and I've done a couple things from them. I'm bad with pronunciations. Rare Beauty, Selena Gomez brand. Road Beauty, so Hailey Bieber's brand, and she just came to Sephora. She wasn't at Sephora before, but she just recently brought her products there. So you can now buy her things, and she is cruelty-free. Say, or Sai, however we pronounce it. Salt and Stone, Strivectin, Summer Fridays, Sunday Riley, Supergoop, Tarte, Tatcha, Too Faced, Tower 28, Touchland, Tula Skincare. They didn't used to have a lot of Tula at Sephora, but I guess they have some. Verb, Wander Beauty, Westman Atelier, You to the People, Five Sins, perfume brand. They actually are cruelty-free too. I love that. And Seven Virtues, which I love. So also fragrance brand. All right, so those are my list of brands. So you can kind of know like those are the safe ones. So now let's talk what's in my cart or what is on my wish list. So like I said, I tend to do a lot more of the newest release products on the sale. As a reviewer, you know, I'm usually looking at what's new. I have a lot of products myself. I practically own a whole Sephora store at home if you've seen any of my declutters. So for me, it's going to be more of the new things that I have been wanting to pick up to do a review on and check out. So that's a lot of what's in my cart or wish list. So there's a lot of palettes that I have practiced a lot of self-control, have not picked up, but are on my list that I want. I'm not necessarily getting all of these, but these are the things I'm looking at. I really want to try out Patrick Ta's Major Dimension Essential Artistry Edit. You guys know I have the Major Dimensions 2, and I'm giving one away in my giveaway, by the way. But I love this. It's just sort of like your neutrals, and being a makeup artist, this is just right up my alley. Like the neutrals and kind of your standard, like everything you need. He's also got a few new of those little duo glitter sets out, like new shades of them. The controversy last year, or was it last year already, or was it just the spring? I don't remember when they came out, but you know, everybody was like, these are way too expensive or whatever. I never did do them, and I wanted to, so there's a few extra shades as well that I still kind of am curious about. And then I'm absolutely dying for the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette, the Nature one. These are definitely like great for fall. Now they have a few more tints of green, like more olive in them, but this has my name all over it. I love his Ethereal Eyes. I got the more cool tone one last year, and then this is probably the more warm tone, like nature type colors. So I would love it. I have seen the comparisons out there, and sounds like it doesn't seem like the same formula, that like the shimmers were a little different, but I still really want it. All right, there's so much I want in Natasha Denona. She, of course, has her Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone eyeshadow palettes that she just dropped recently. There's 2 of them, and they're more like your neutrals, but they are so perfect for makeup artists. That's the kind of palettes I'm into as a makeup artist. I never went for it because I just had so many other things to buy, but I still have my eye on it. I am looking more, there's one that's more of a matte one, and then there's one that's got some more shimmers in it. I'm kind of looking at the shimmer one. I still got to have some shimmers. So not only is there that one, but she just dropped her Dream Pouch. This is her holiday collection basically, and it's a little pouch that has like a cheek duo and three little eyeshadows, and then a lipstick and lip liner, and then the cute little pouch with it. So I got my eye on that one too, honestly. It's just really pretty, beautiful, like pinks and stuff. So now I've already done a review on her foundation. I do have a whole video on that. So that is still a new product from her. If you haven't seen that review, I really like that foundation, so I'd recommend it, but it is not for everyone because it is very, very dewy and hydrating. So if you have oily skin, I don't think it's going to be for you. And then of course, as I mentioned, I have definitely been dying to try the Hung Van Gogh Beauty line, and he has this eyeshadow palette that looks stunning. Dying to try it. So that's definitely on my list too. Another one that I really wanted and I never grabbed was the Hourglass Curator eyeshadow palettes. They're little quads. I know it looks boring to a lot of people probably, but this is very much me. Little travel friendly, luxury, neutrals eyeshadow quads. So I'm still dying for this one. Yes, it's $68 for a quad, but it looks beautiful. The packaging draws me in. Hourglass is, you know, one of the rare cruelty-free luxury brands. So I really want it still. It's still on my radar. And then I also have still been really eyeing and wanting the Urban Decay Naked Shaped makeup palettes. It looks so interesting. I love the little packaging on this. And of course, I've kind of heard like maybe mixed reviews, but I had wanted this when it first dropped. It's still somewhat relatively new, so another palette still on my list. And I also wanted the new Charlotte Tilbury palettes. She has two new ones she did for the holidays. Also, this is all part of her holiday collection. And there was one I wasn't as interested in. It was like one over the other. Yeah, I wanted the more bronzed one, which of course looks like it's sold out. Darn. I guess, I don't know if it'll restock or not on the Sephora side at least. I also tried her foundation too that she kind of reformulated and came back out with. So I've got a whole review video on that one too if you're interested. I feel like it's perfect. It's great for like wedding makeup, you know, event makeup, but not for your everyday people. Still a pretty heavy formula, very full coverage. So I like the formulation better than the old one. That was her Airbrush Flawless foundation. So one to check out too if you're interested. Now of her older makeup, maybe not older, still kind of new, but not like brand new. If you haven't done her Unreal Blush Stick or her Unreal Lip Oils, get you some. They are so good. Oh, or her little Pillow Talk lip masks. These are all favorites of hers. I've got them all here I can show you, but I'm just going to put the pictures up here. Yeah, those are all the ones I recommend that you pick up on this sale if you haven't done them already. So also what's still on my list, as I mentioned before, the Hourglass palettes, you know, their holiday ones they do every year. And of course this year it was the swan, the deer, the fox, and then there's a horse one you can do too. And depends on which shade ranges, and you can customize them where you can just pick a palette, like a compact to go with what shade range. Still have my eye on these. I think with Hourglass, it's like you kind of get a lot of the same over and over again with them. So if you have one, I'm always like, do I want to spend $94 for another one that's kind of just the same thing again? And I had just recently done the customized palette that they came out with where you could just choose your own colors. So I've kind of held back on spending the money, but it's still kind of a want that's on my wish list. I'd say if you have never done any of those, it would be nice to get one. I think if there's anything I recommend that like you need from Hourglass on this sale, if there's something you want to pick up, it'd be their brushes. Like this is my favorite brush in the whole wide world. I love their brushes and their finishing powder. You need their finishing powder. There's just something special and magic about the Hourglass finishing powder that is like none other. It really gives you this filter effect on the skin. It is fantastic. And a lot of times all of these customized palettes that they do, they're like curated like this, they tend to have one of their finishing powders in them all the time. So that's another perk of getting those palettes, is you'll always have access to them, or you can just buy it separate by itself. So what else is on my wish list, or things I really do recommend? In fragrance, if you have not tried the Rare Beauty perfume, you have got to get it. It is a new absolute favorite. It is so, so good. I've only got a little mini that came, I think this was in the Sephora calendar, actually. I think that's where I got to try it. It was so good. And so it's on my list to just replace this with a full size, or get another that's a full size, because it is amazing. I think there's something about the vanilla and the sandalwood that just, oh, I'm in love with it. It is so good. Also, the new Ellis Brooklyn Queen's Caramel, another one I really, really highly recommend and I'm in love with. So if you haven't tried it, grab it. It's perfect for fall, gourmands. And definitely on my wish list is the 7 Virtues Buttercream Haze. I've been waiting on this sale on purpose for this. I love 7 Virtues anyway, but this one's new. Gonna be so amazing for fall, the gourmands, all the yumminess of it. Now, I haven't tried this one, but it sounds amazing. Vanilla buttercream icing, maple caramel cream, and tonka bean. And I think Sharon out there first told me about it, and then I think Mela picked it up and loved it. So this is definitely on my list. And then just for me, I was curious about a couple of Glossier new things. They've got a cute little mini cloud paint blush trio. I love their paint blush. And they've got this cloud paint plush blush too in a compact. So I've had my eye on this one as well. So a couple of things from Glossier. All right, so I think that's everything. I know that that is a short list for me. And to be honest with you, I could go on and on and on and on. I mean, I could just be like, let's go to the store and I'm going to take you shopping and we're going to throw every single thing in my cart. I just kind of wanted to give sort of my basic like shopping strategy on the sale, all the things that you're really thinking about for gift ideas, all the sets and advent calendars, and really go through and give you the cruelty-free guide was the aim of this video. So I hope this was helpful. I like to share things from the cruelty-free beauty perspective, and I like to have curated sets and shopping guides that are just all through that lens. So let me know what you're picking up, what's in your cart, and make sure you stay tuned because there will probably be a Sephora haul or 2 or 3. You don't want to miss it all. You will want to pop that subscribe for future sales, guys, future hauls, curations, and recommendations. Happy shopping, and I will catch you guys all on the next one. Bye.